Welcome to KYLES Talk. I'm your host, Kyle Anthony. This is the Two for the Money League, and I'm with the commissioner, Hank the Hammer Fellela. Welcome back. It's good to have you on.
It's good to be back.
Well, we have a lot to discuss. Unfortunately, this past week didn't go really great for me.
I had a great week.
Class on grass fell victim to men at work. It's only going to happen once. You won't see it again.
You won't see it again until next year when we play you next season in week 3.
All week he kept saying, seed your lawn, seed your lawn.
You didn't.
These
You didn't
Snapchats.
seed
You're right.
your lawn.
Okay, here's the thing. We seeded the lawn.
Seeded.
We just didn't water it. However, we also have on the show this week
I just want to say something to Brian Lang. The grass is greenner. Seed your lawn. And I'll expect my 12-pack Sunday afternoon around 12:30, 12:45, 12:30ish. Corona lights. Seed it.
Before we move on to the next topic, though, I do want to let you know the challenge still stands for Class on Grass in a two-hand touch game. We would love to have you on. You guys said this past week you had to work, whatever. We'll believe you. So, but we would like to play a two-hand touch game, and we'll show you who the real winners are.
I don't think Joe D is afraid. I think he's ready for you. I think he wants you in two-hand touch. We'll have to look at his schedule. He works. He's got Harold the child,
yes.
with a 1-year-old.
Fair enough. We won't play on it for this Sunday, but we'll try to do that tentative date.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Also, on the show today, we got
If you want to lose again, we got you.
Team owner of the Revis Island, Dan Hawkins, the only 3-0 team in the league. So this is kind of big, It's a big thing. Let's bring on Dan. Come on, Dan. Come on, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, Don.
Congratulations on the 3-0.
Thank you.
So, we've been hearing a lot about Team Ramrod. You got Kevin Francis, who is all over that message board. Anything you want to say to him?
Well, first I'd just like to say that I'm going to bring a little stability to Kyle's talk. Guys, get off topic a lot here. It's time to bring it a little more focused into the fantasy football season.
Well, you realize you're only a guest, right?
Yeah.
You're not the fucking host.
That's fine. As far as Kevin Francis, Lord knows where he's been for the last 2 seasons.
Right.
He was at Disney.
Right.
Yeah, gone.
Was that recent picture?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Gone. He's been gone for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
That's how we get off.
Team name change, whatever. Carmelo's been running the show. All of a sudden he comes back, thinks he can just jump on a message board, start talking all this foolishness.
Right.
Revis Island just sits back, lets the fools talk, let them get all excited about their 2-0 record. What happens this week? They come out, nothing. Squadouche.
What was it? 68 points, I think?
How did he
I
get?
can't talk myself. We only had 65. It was a bad week for us, too.
Wasn't even a challenge.
Right.
I told all my guys at 4 o'clock, whoa, put on the brakes.
Yeah.
Let's not get any injuries.
Right.
We're already in the clear. Game's over. I got no shot.
You're playing this week, I believe.
This week I got Ridley's, believe it or not. Very formidable opponent.
Ross, yes.
Yep.
Are you concerned?
Oh, very concerned. Have you seen that 3-headed monster at running back?
I have. And I also know that Marty's been all over that message, that block.
Well, hey. When
He
you
was
get
a free agent, yeah.
They like to
he's
trade.
making his moves, yeah.
Very good owners in the league.
The problem is
Right.
you can't trade with any of them because everyone thinks they're dealing with morons.
Listen,
I don't think I've made a trade in 3 years.
that's not really surprised. You've been in the cellar for 3
Have
years.
you won a championship the past 3 years?
No, I have not.
You got to make moves.
Listen,
You can't go stale.
there's some really good owners
Speaking
in
of
this
which,
league.
Tom Brady is still on the block. Throwing that out there. I'm willing to open all offers. I'm open to anything. Shoot me email, text, whatever. You know how to contact me.
You like to talk, Dan, but you did lose 2 championships in a row.
Yeah.
Well, you lose 2 championships in a row.
We asked the hard questions here.
Listen, you lose 2 championships in a row. You know what that means?
Now
You're
you lost
profitable.
2 championships in a row.
You're profitable.
Right.
There's a lot of teams in this league that are just donators. Let's go through the list. Starting in the shit division. Okay, we have Steve Gray.
Okay.
Never won a dime.
Okay.
We have.
Basketball's a different story. He knows his basketball.
Well, he doesn't. He should maybe spend a little more time on football then. All right. let's go over the other team. Eric Pelican and Corey Scott. Not only do they make a donation to the league, they make a $200 donation to my bank account as well.
That's right. Last year,
what
that's
does their
that.
team name mean?
It's
They're gonna have to pay me at the end of the
changed
year.
it. I saw it quick.
Peyton Dan.
Peyton
Wow.
Danny's?
Yeah.
Paying Danny
Yep.
all over again.
All over again.
That's what it was.
Paying Dan.
Yep.
Oh,
All
that was
over
smart.
again.
I like
Wow.
that. I like that.
Yep.
Yep.
Peyton Danny.
So then you got, the three teams that have made a little noise out in that division.
Right.
You have your team,
Class on grass.
who hasn't made a single splash since Mike Riccio left.
Wow. Mike
Sour
Riccio
talks.
Yep.
personally left the league.
He personally left the league, and so did your success.
No, I beg to differ. I beg to differ.
They don't have
We
goal-
asked the hard questions.
We had one
on Kyle's stuff.
last season. That was our only season together. We were new partners together. I think this is a season where we can actually be contenders. It's not how you start. It's going to be how you finish. And I think the 1-2 record, I'm not concerned about. I think we'll be just fine.
So then you got Gould and Matt Fellela,
Yeah.
two very good fantasy players.
Right. Yeah. Matt
Their
Fellow knows what he's
track
doing out
record's
there.
proven.
Yeah.
Then you have the real division.
Gould, I gotta say though, I think he might have just got lucky last year.
Well,
Maybe, speaking of which, he should stick to the baseball side.
I'll tell you who's doing good, speaking of Gould, is his Washington Redskins. Gould, you make one hell of a breakfast, but the Redskins suck.
Well, that's right. Well, you got the Dallas division here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to a couple of games this week. We got Teach Me How to Dougie, Matt versus Gould's Goulds. Who you like?
both teams kind of been up and down this season.
Right, but it's
So
early.
it's time to see who's really ready to play.
Right.
But I'll take Gould's Goons.
Gould's Goons.
I'm gonna take Dougie.
Dougie.
I wanna take Maddie.
Moving on to the next game. We got Team Ramrod and versus Men at Work. That's you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
of course I'm gonna pick myself.
Right.
Men at Work's doing work. First week they came out, threw up a dud, but they've shown up the last 2 weeks.
You threw up a dud too.
I did, and I got lucky.
But we got
I'm gonna-
a new one on a buy, but I just made a big transaction. I picked up Colts D.
Colts D.
I like
Okay.
it.
At
Colts
Jacksonville.
D. Colts D. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say over under 15. I'm going over. I got a good feeling.
That's a lot of fantasy points to get.
I do like Men at Work this week. I think Ramrod's going to realize, okay, let's calm down. We got a little too excited right
Let Mike
off
take control again.
Yeah, Mike needs to get in there, calm Kevin down.
His
Yeah.
balls are
Get
getting
your
longer
hands out
as
of
we
your
speak.
pants and,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's move
The
on.
long balls.
Let's do Dan's game. We got Revis Island versus, we already touched base on this a little bit earlier with Vinny and Marty, but,
Yeah,
so,
it's gonna be a tough game.
who do you like?
I played Vinny and Marty last week and we grabbed the win, but they're tough. I'm gonna pick against you, Dan. I'm going with Vince and Martin.
I'm going to go with Dan. I think he's going to squeeze on through to 4-0.
Projection says me. I'm going with my team.
No,
They're ready to
it's
play.
Now
not-
you're
it's
more
projection,
optimistic,
you're losing by like 22 points.
22.
Or 20, something.
Something like
I
that.
didn't with it.
We
We
asked
also got
the hard questions here on Kyle's
we also got Steve Camella, old school OG versus Pay and Danny. So I'm gonna go with Pay and Danny.
I tell you, they do look tough this year.
They do.
Pelican team. They got
They have a
They got
nice.
Peyton Manning.
They're incredible. They're stacked.
Peyton Manning is carrying teams to victory on his own.
And what's their record though?
2-1.
2-1. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Peyton.
Yeah. All
Peyton
right.
it is.
Final game. We got myself versus Johnson and Johnson. What do you guys like?
I don't like you,
No one does.
so I'm gonna take the other guys.
Tough game to pick, but I'll go with Class on Grass. I said you had a good team at the beginning of the year. Gotta stick to it. I think you guys have just ran into a little bad luck.
And you ran into Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad, Dan, we had you on. Unfortunately, we got to wrap this up. So, cheers, gentlemen. Do a good season, and hopefully next week I can get you guys back.
Cheers.
And if you want to be on, please contact me. I'd love to have you guys on.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Come see us.